Alright, so in this video we're going to learn how to do an arch design for a wedding arch. Now this is really simple. It looks complicated, but it's actually not. You'll of course receive all this in your kit. We're going to start with our Wet Oasis. This is a foam. It's not like your typical styrofoam. This is one you actually submerge in water for about 10 to 15 minutes. It soaks up tons of water that your flowers will then drink once we put them in the foam. You will get, this is a little Oasis cage. So we got to put the Oasis in it. Bring this up around it. And get it good and snug. Sometimes they can be a little tricky to click. You want to click them in place. There we go. Click that. There's 4 all the way around. Click and click. All right. So now we got that in there. We want to use our Oasis tape. Now this is our more heavy-duty tape, not our corsage tape, but this is a Oasis tape. And I usually go around a couple times just to secure it. And this just helps it from falling apart, which can happen if you don't do this. So just once around the base, once around the top, and you're good to go. All right. So then place it down. Water will leak out of this. That's just part of it. So we're going to basically make an L shape. We're going to start out with some of our longer salal. And you want to get your stems about 1 inch into the foam. If you go too far into the foam, you can, number one, risk the stems actually coming out on the other side. But if you go too far in, it can eventually break your foam down and it can all crumble on you, and you don't want that. So remember, about 1.5 inches into the foam is the max you want to go. Therefore, cut your stems so that they're not too long. So, and then we're going to come out over here with the other part of our L. Of course, the idea here is to cover all of the foam so you do not see it once it's on the arch. Then we're going to come up on the top of this and fill in this as well. This salal really goes a long way in covering, so it does great. Now, we kind of have the workings of an L there, so you can see where this is eventually going to go on an arch. This way and this way. Now, we're going to come in with some of our Plumosa and add some length to this L. This is a great greenery. It's a very delicate greenery. It has a very old-fashioned feel to it to me. It's very dainty, which is just perfect for a wedding. Very romantic greenery. And just kind of fill in with smaller pieces up the L here. Another good long piece. Now that we have our L greened in, this is kind of what it's going to look like. And of course it would be on an arch this way. All right. Now, a lot of brides really like this look. They like the all greenery look, which you can totally go with, and this is going to look really pretty. But if you want to incorporate some of the colors of your wedding flowers in this, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use some of our flowers. So with this, we're just going to cut these pretty short. This is about a 4-inch stem. And I'm just going to come in here and give this just a little bit of color. Again, we want to peel off guard petals if they're bad on the roses. Occasionally you'll have a few, not a big deal. There we go. Then we're going to come in with some of our really pretty spray roses. And we love spray roses because they hold up really well in the heat, which is very important when you're doing an outdoor wedding. These are also going to give us some length to our arch. Like we did with our greenery, these roses will also do the same thing for that L shape. All right. Now we're going to add in some of our seeded eucalyptus. This is a fun, kind of a whimsy to the arrangement because of the seeds that are on it. Also gives it a very soft, dainty look. And there we go. And a couple pieces down here that will drape really pretty. Because once we hang this up on the arch, this is all going to hang, which will be really nice. Now we have a little bit of filler flour, which is some wax flour, just to kind of pop in where we think it might need a little bit of it. Now, a lot of people would throw this away. I wouldn't, because this is great greenery and also adds more texture. So just pop that in as well. And then we have some beautiful Lisianthus. And this will drape very pretty as well. Almost looks like a rose, actually. Kind of has that look to it. They have good long stems, which is great for adding length to that L shape that we have. And then we'll cut a few shorter ones, pop right in here. All right. Now this is good to make the day before the event or the day of, Just want to keep it cool as with all of our other centerpieces. Now, look how pretty this will be on an arch. Now to attach it, just turn it around. You'll see 3 little holes here. There's a hole here, a hole here, and a hole here. Just use some zip ties and attach it with those to whatever form you're putting it on, whether it's an arch, a gazebo, a porch railing, whatever. That's how you would attach it. And then go through, once it's attached, especially if it's outside, you want to spray it with a little bit of water. So just give it some spritz. The flowers will very much appreciate this, especially on a hot day. And if it's hot, you can spritz yourself too. So, but that will keep them looking fresh and beautiful for your event. So enjoy, don't be afraid, happy design.